Hello and welcome back to Cafe Tarot Talk. I'm back again because ever since last night I've been nudged to come out here to do it's a timeless reading. This is for all signs. Whoever needs to hear this message, it is for you. Remember, it's general. It's a general message. I was getting some messages from my guides and my higher power to come out here and talk about some of the things that have been coming up for me. And the message actually came through a song. And I'm going to put all of the decks that I'm using in the description box below, including the song. Now I'm going to be using the word God. If you're uncomfortable with that, then change the word or swipe along. It's taken me a really long time to understand who and what God is to me. I connect with angels. I connect with just higher beings, and I know who God is. I know who my higher power is. So you plug in what is comfortable for you. And so there's a song, and it's one of my favorite songs actually. And it is a song by the group called King and Country. It's called God Only Knows. And the whole song is a message, but what came out to me very clearly is the name of the song is God Only Knows. And these are the lyrics, the portion of the song that struck me, that prompted me to come out. Nobody sees you. Nobody would believe you. God only knows what you've been through. God only knows what they say about you. God only knows how it's killing you. But there's a kind of love that God only knows. For the lonely, for the ashamed, the misunderstood, and the ones to blame. What if we could start over? What if we could start over? There's a love that only God knows. I was also prompted to, I often diffuse essential oils. That is my go-to, but I also do have incense. And all the incense that I have is like their handmade incense. Dragon's blood came up, but I thought I had, but I don't have. So I am burning cedar incense for root chakra. So the message is very clear that someone out there, maybe many of you, is feeling very much isolated, very much alone. It's almost like feeling like we're being maybe spiritually attacked in some way. It just feels that we aren't being seen, we aren't being heard. Things are being talked about or spoken about us in a way that is untrue, that they are a bunch of lies. And it just feels a bit like a very lonely place to be. And although we know that we've all done things that we aren't proud of, that doesn't make us less than. It makes us human. We all have done things that we're not, like I said, we're not proud of. But God sees us, God loves us, God knows who we are at our core, and that is love, because we have been created in the likeness of God, Spirit, Source, Universe. So before coming on here, I have several decks that I'm using. I'm using my Crow Tarot and my black and white Bianco Nero deck. For clarification, I will be doing a Celtic cross, but I pulled out my Dark Mirror Oracle deck, and this to me always shows shadow, the shadow aspects of ourselves. Dark Mirror Oracle cards, and I pulled out because I was meditating before coming on here to that song God Only Knows by King and Country, and I also am using the deck Wisdom of the House of Night by Colette Baron Reed, and also I pulled out my Archangel Fire Oracle to pull out what angel wants to make themselves known and speak to us right here and right now. And when I was preparing to come out here and preparing my decks, my Crow Tarot and my Bianco Nero Tarot deck, the Temperance card. The Temperance card is the main focus. So when I get to the the Celtic cross. This is the temperance, is the heartbeat of whatever healing message this is going to connect to whomever. And I've been studying the tarot actually since 2018. But I'm always diving into different tarot books and all the different types of interpretations of all of the cards. This is a major arcana card. So again, it is letting you know that you are guided, you are protected at all times. Spirit loves you. Universe is here to provide. God loves you. God knows. God only knows. So when we are in a space where we are feeling alone and afraid and isolated, please understand that you truly aren't alone. There is a love that you can connect to that is ever abundant, ever flowing, and blessing you with love for a brighter tomorrow. So the Temperance card, I really enjoy Elliot Oracle. I love his channel. I love his book. He's amazing. He makes the tarot less scary because sometimes people can see the tarot as something evil or scary, and that's not true. And I love his approach to the tarot. And so, I know I'm going ahead of myself, but the Temperance card, it's a card of alchemy. It's a card of equilibrium. It is pouring. See, we have here in the traditional deck, we have the Temperance Angel pouring water in one chalice to another. I see this as our emotions. It's becoming, balancing our emotions to the best of our ability. It is getting back to a sense of balance and equilibrium. And it is also pouring energy from one area of our life into another area of our life to obtain that sense of equilibrium. It is taking small steps and small changes, one breath at a time. So whatever situation has you feeling isolated, ashamed, like an outcast, that we aren't being seen or heard, that there is something going on around us. It could be in the workplace, it could be in family, it could be in friendships, it can also be in a relationship where we are being talked about in a way that is untrue, that is slandering, that is a bunch of lies, character assassination. I kept hearing also. Please understand, is what God is asking is for us to take a step back, is to take a deep breath and let this energy move through. We know what the truth is. We know who we are, even with all of the emotions going on around us. If we were to get quiet enough in times of stillness and in contemplation and meditation and connecting to our higher selves, our heart and our higher power, we know the truth. Let the naysayers and the haters, whatever words you want to use, let them do what they're doing, because, and I am a firm believer of this philosophy, is if you give someone enough rope, they're going to hang themselves. So with that being said, the Dark Mirror Oracle, we have the bird in a, excuse me, not bird. I kept seeing bird. Actually, this is bride in a cage, but I kept hearing and seeing bird in a cage. It is feeling as if we are locked away, that we don't have any where to go or anywhere to turn, that we feel like a bird caged. We feel, so what I'm sensing here, because this is a bride, there could be some people who feel like they have been locked into a marriage or long-term relationship and they can't find a way out. That is untrue. That is completely untrue. There is always a way out. And again, it is going back to the Temperance card. It's going back to the messages, is that there's a love that only God knows. And when we connect to that love within us, because that is truly who we are at our core, is unconditional love. That is the frequency and the vibration that we vibrate at. But when we have been in situations that pull us away, that are painful, that are traumatic, that are abusive and toxic, we feel so far away from the core of who we are. It's just, that's why this Temperance card, it's taking those small steps, those small changes to connect to who we are. And that is how we're going to release. We have the key to unlock the cage that we have created, because whether we realize it or not, we create the situations that we find ourselves in. And this is not to blame. So if someone is in a toxic, abusive relationship, I have been in toxic and abusive relationships and feeling like I had no way out. But I also, through a lot of healing work, through a lot of therapy and counseling, I started to see why I ended up in these situations. That it wasn't even a blaming. I wasn't even blaming. It actually opened my eyes to how I got to where I was. And then when I was able to recognize it, I was able to take those small changes, those small steps, one breath at a time, to remove myself. That where we come to House of, what are these cards? It's fairly new. Wisdom of the House of Night. So we have card number 29, which reduces 2 and 11, which is a gateway and an opening. This is a horse. This is movement. There is movement. So even if we don't feel as if there is any movement going on, if we feel like we are stuck and we can't step forward, know that the energies are moving for you. This situation is for you and not against you. This, things that have happened in our life is for us to understand ourselves in a way that we otherwise wouldn't understand. I have been coming to learn that the hardships that we go through, however painful they are, it creates in us, it builds within us the wherewithal and the character to strengthen our resolve and understand that we are more powerful than we have given ourselves credit, that we are more powerful than other voices have told us, and that there is movement. And with that movement, with horses represent freedom and liberation, and away from the darkness, away and free from the cage that has bound us. We have the key to unlock the cage that we have created ourselves to be in. The Archangel is Barachiel Barachael. This is a beautiful card, and she's a beautiful angel, and it comes from the Archangel Fire Oracle. And Barachiel is all about fulfillment. Barachiel's name means blessings of God. She's also known as the Angel of Lightning. Barachiel is said to grant blessings for your good deeds swiftly, and she brings you success, especially in games of chance. She is sometimes depicted holding an ancient sacred book, which is said to contain the instructions for living a good life. She reminds us that despite the hardships of life, we can find hidden blessings everywhere. And her message to you, whoever connects with this message, it's time to bring some lightness back into your life and relationships. Put any difficult conversations or decisions aside for a while and enjoy time with your family and loved ones. So whatever it is that you are going through at this moment in time, just lay that aside for right now. Connect to those family and friends. Even if it's one person, it doesn't matter. That one person can be your light in the darkness. That one person can lift you up and support you and allow you, because when we can move out of a space of sorrow and of sadness and feeling as if we aren't being seen or heard or loved, and we can connect to that one person or people, it shifts our energy. Just like I said about the Temperance card, it is pouring our energy from one area of life where we feel stuck and unseen and unheard, and it moves us into a much lighter energy, which is this alchemy and finding and coming back to our equilibrium. And so with that being said, let's start our Celtic cross. And the heartbeat of this entire message is based on the Temperance card, the Temperance angel. I'm using my Crow Tarot, and here the daffodils, in my opinion, represent spring. Yes, we are moving from, in the northern hemisphere, we are moving in from summer into fall. The season of fall is about surrendering. It is about letting go. If I used to live in the Northeast, and one thing I love is watching the seasons change and the changing of the colors of the leaves and watching the leaves fall off the trees. This nature teaches us humans about surrendering and letting go, because what is let go? Something new is born back spring, fresh start. We can have a spring in our life at any moment in time when we allow things to die, when we allow, because the topic of death is always ever present in our lives. And we die every day. We die to whatever it is, any kind of transformation, any kind of healing. In order to have this restart, rebirth, this fresh start, we have to die away and step into a new vibration. So with that being said, let's get into this Celtic cross. Get your beverage of choice and let's get into it. Okay, so the heartbeat here, I'm going to leave these over here, these other cards. The heartbeat, like I was saying, is the Temperance card, the card of moderation, balance, and equilibrium. It's also a reminder again that you are protected and guided. What is the challenge? What is crossing this? I pretty much explained a lot of it from the messages that I've received, but let's see what the tarot has to say. Okay, the challenge here, the Ace of Pentacles. Okay, so by resisting moving from a lower frequency, again, going back to the lyrics of the song, I'm going to go back to the lyrics of the song because it is a message. Nobody sees you. Nobody would believe you. God only knows what you've been through. God only knows what they say about you. God only knows how it's killing you. But there's a kind of love that God only knows. With this, what's the challenge is that it's not allowing the blessings to come forth. Okay, see these clouds, when we stay in this space, and again, I repeat myself, it is taking small steps, small changes, one breath at a time. We hear one day at a time, but a lot of times one day, one full 24 hours is too much for us to handle. Sometimes it's difficult to even get out of bed. So if you got out of bed today, let yourself know that that is an accomplishment, that you are moving in the right direction. So the more steps we take, however small, will continue to clear these clouds away. And it opens up with this Ace of Pentacles, this brand new chapter, the daffodils again, this fresh start on this path. So what is lying beneath this? What lies beneath? Okay, we have the Knight of Wands in reverse. Our life has become mundane. It has become gray without any life or vitality. This is what I was saying before, the bride in a cage or bird in a cage. We have created or have gotten ourselves into a place where we just see that there is, for some, there is no life worth living. And please understand, if that is how you are feeling, by all means, reach out. I am going to put underneath in the description box below suicide hotline, because what I'm feeling is that for some, it has become so gray and so dark that we feel that life is not worth living anymore, and that is false. Trust me when I say this, in my own life, in what it is that I have personally gone through and what I have seen in people that are very near and dear to my heart, where I have made sure that they understand that they are worth loving and they are worth existing in this world. So this is what's lying beneath. What is in the most recent past? I think that this isn't just the recent past. I think this is something that has been going on for a long period of time. Death. Okay. This is in the past. Again, resistance to letting the old life die. In order to have a new life, we need to let our old life die, our old way of being die. This is about breaking free, going back to the movement card with the horse. Death is inevitable. Death is inevitable. The season of autumn and fall is all about death. And going into winter, this is about surrendering, letting go, death. For some people, this subject is extremely anxiety ridden. It is scary to talk about death. I have been one of those people, and it has been a topic that I have been looking at and have been face to face with for the last year. And it's been a topic that, and it still makes me nervous because that's what humans, we are having this human experience. But allow yourself to die away. Allow yourself the way you have been, the place in which you have been residing in. Allow yourself, or that old self, to die away. So it gives and creates room for liberation, freedom, and movement. So it can take this grayness out. It can move more into technicolor and vitality. So what is the highest aspiration from all of this lower frequency and vibration, from this pain that we are in, when we know that people are talking about us, that we know are lies, but we can't do anything because we feel that the more we talk, the worse it gets. What is it that is the highest aspiration? Highest aspiration. Okay, we have the Three of Wands. Three of Wands. What else? Three of Wands to the Six of Pentacles. This is a bridge, the highest aspiration, because so the way it is seen, or the way I'm seeing it in front of me, is that the Three of Wands is facing the Six of Pentacles. So all of this pain and suffering and hardship, it's a bridge into reciprocity, equilibrium, on the scales being balanced. The Six of Pentacles is all about charity. You are not a charity case. What I'm saying about charity is, when we are, even if we are at our lowest, no matter where, it doesn't matter. We can be at our lowest of the low. We can still give. When we give from our heart, whether that is giving of our time and energy, we stop focusing on what's going on in our lives, and we shift our focus and we start to listen to others. We can start also moving out of the blackness and the gray and the pain and the hardship. It is not saying that what you're going through doesn't mean anything. It does. It is important. Your feelings are important. You deserve to be here. You deserve to exist, and you deserve love just like everybody else. And it's almost as if I hear the messages. I wish people would see my heart. I wish people would understand who I am at my core. Nobody sees. And that's where we can use that as a bridge to giving of ourselves in a way that is in alignment with our heart, whether that is volunteering time at a food bank, volunteering our time, period. It can be in assisted living, it can be in nursing homes, it can be at an animal shelter, it can be at a recovery house. Whatever it is to give of our time, because what you give out is what is going to be returned to you in kind, even if you don't see it or feel it right away. It is understanding that we aren't alone, and allow your higher power and allow God to direct you. This bridge, your ships are coming in. Everything that you've been putting out into the universe, all of your cries and your prayers to God, He hears you, it hears you, he, she, it, however you see God to be, hears you, hears your prayers, hears your cries, even if it's not shown in the physical 3D. Just keep moving forward, one breath at a time. So in the near future, this movement card, these blessings with Barachiel, the Archangel, what are some of, because I do see movement. There's movement. There are brighter days and blessings to come. So what is this in the near future? Victory. Six of Wands. Look at the fire in this. Look at the sun, the blazing sun, the rays of the sun. This is about success and victory out of strife, out of hardship, out of pain. This is movement forward. And with here, you will be seen for who you truly are. And that and that in and of itself, like I was saying before, let the naysayers say what they're going to say, because that is the old voices of the past. That is not even of any significance to you anymore. They have brought you down, but again, give someone enough rope, they're going to hang themselves. You keep moving forward. You understand, and you have guides, and you have the universe, spirit, God sees you, knows you, understands how this has been killing you, and in the near future you are going to come out of this stronger, and your light is going to be seen. Your light is going to be seen. So how is this being viewed? How is this being viewed? Right now you see this is the Two of Cups in reverse. How you are seeing this is a misalignment of values, and what I see is that the way you might be seeing things or have been seeing things is a misalignment. So all the people, places, and things that you have connected to is a misalignment of values. There is no mutual love, no mutual respect, no mutual values. And that is something that is being very clearly shown to you. So the outside interference or influences that are around you. Okay, so this is the Nine of Cups with the Six of Cups in reverse. So, okay, this misalignment of values, what it is that I'm seeing is that, again, voices from the past. This in reverse, the Six of Cups in reverse, along with the Nine of Cups upright. This is not your wish. This has not been what you thought it would be or would come to fruition. The situation, again, I feel that this has to do with an important relationship, whether it's romantic in nature or it's friendship or family. I'm gearing and I'm leaning towards something that is more in the romantic or marriage or committed relationship. It isn't what you thought it was. You've come to realize this isn't what it's all cracked up to be. But I see that it can be more. There's more people than just this relationship. This is whoever is surrounding this situation is not what you thought it was. It's almost like the illusion has been cleared away, and you are seeing how trapped you have become, or you thought you are trapped. The bride in a cage. No, you are stronger than you have thought yourself to be. So trust that. I also feel again that there is someone somewhere that is going to help bridge this going back to the highest aspiration with this Three of Wands, this bridge into reciprocity, into balance. Someone of a charitable nature, someone that it could be someone in your spiritual life, could be a mentor, someone like maybe a spiritual counselor of some kind. I'm feeling that. So what are your hopes and fears? What are the hopes and fears around this? Hopes and fears can be one and the same. Okay, Ten of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles. The hope is that this is something that turns into a lifelong commitment on your part. Pentacles. Pentacles, this is in your reality, in your physical life. The Pentacles is about commitment, that it stands the test of time. The fear is that you aren't going to find this long-standing, committed life and relationship that you have so deeply have wanted in your heart. Let me see more. I want to see what this Ten of Pentacles has, what more is to be said with these hopes and dreams. The hope is that with all the work that you have done to move into a place of alignment, of equilibrium with the Temperance card, and the Six of Pentacles, the reciprocity. The fear is that it's going to be all for nothing. That is not true. Let's see more about these 10 of Pentacles here. Let's see more about the 10 of Pentacles. That it's an illusion, Page of Cups, and the Star in reverse. Okay, so, and Lovers in reverse, and the Sun in reverse. This is a fear, a real fear, that all of the work that you are going to be, or being asked to do, every step you take is going to be all for nothing, Page of Cups. It's going to be an illusion. The Star in reverse, that there is, why should I work so hard? You know, it's a loss of inspiration, feeling that we have no purpose. Lovers in reverse, you're not choosing yourself. Sun in reverse is not seeing clearly what lies ahead of you. It's like you almost want to guarantee that if I do all this work, that the sun is going to shine upon my life. But on the flip side, with this Archangel, Barachiel, again, her message is, she reminds us that despite the hardships of life, we can find hidden blessings everywhere. It's time to bring some lightness back into your life and relationships. Put any difficult conversations or decisions aside for a while and enjoy time with your family and loved ones. So she is here to remind you that there are blessings and gifts in the hardships. It's going back to the Temperance card. It is pouring our energy from one area, which is the hardships and the sorrow and the feeling of being unseen, unheard, and misunderstood. That is there. It's there. It's shifting our mindset, shifting our perspective, and shifting the lens in which we see things, because in the near future there is this Six of Wands here. You do have the potential. It's right there. It's about moving one step, one small breath at a time. And so with that being said, what is the overall message, the overall outcome? The overall outcome. Okay, too many, Spirit, too many. It's coming out too many. The overall outcome here. Justice. Again, justice, fairness, integrity, balancing of the scales, truth. Magician. That's two major arcana. And sovereignty. Okay, Ace of Wands. All right. This is so the overall message, if this resonates with you, whoever's watching this and hearing my voice, justice. Okay, Six of Wands was this victory, and you know, it's this triumph and victory over strife and hardship and pain and sorrow. Justice, overall justice. The scales being balanced. We have the reciprocity, the Six of Pentacles, and with that we have the Magician. This is the understanding. So clarity, you know, the veil, the illusions are lifted, and you recognize the powerful being that you are, that you have all of the resources within you and without you. Pick a tool and use that and run with it. Queen of Swords in reverse. All of the lies, all of the pain that you've gone through, it hasn't been for nothing. Now you understand your worth. Now you understand where to place very strong boundaries, so this will never happen again. The Nine of Pentacles. Okay, this to me is knowing your worth. This is the Wealth card. This butterfly goes back to the Death card. This has been in a very painful transformation and transition from one way of being into a new way of being. And this is about spiritual sovereignty, financial sovereignty. This is understanding that you and you alone shine. God sees you. God hears you. Your prayers are going to be answered. Ace of Wands. Again, we go back to the Ace of Pentacles. This is opening. This is where all the clouds were. This was the challenge in the beginning with the Ace of Pentacles, is not being able to see the road forward. This is the road, this golden road of movement, of creativity. It's fire. This is, again, the daffodils. This is a restart. This is a refresh. This one wand, this is the beginning of something that is about creative expression. It is showing the world who you truly are, regardless of the naysayers, regardless of what has happened in the past. You are not your past. You are the things that have been said about you. And even if others don't like this transformation, they're going to fall away. You understand your worth. You understand that you are worthy of blessings. You understand that you are worthy of love, and you have a lot to give, and you have gifts to give others based on what you've gone through. Your story is going to inspire others. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this reading. I really enjoyed coming out here. It was something that I was nudged since last night. And until next time, I wish you guys so much love and so much peace.